On this video, we're going to talk about factoring by grouping. So let's take a look at first example. We got 5 quantity x plus y plus w quantity x plus y. If you notice, we have common factor, which is x plus y and x plus y. So we're going to take out quantity x plus y, and what's left over is 5 plus w. So if you distribute this, you will notice that you go back to this expression right here. Now, on our next example, we have a common factor, which is n plus 4. So we're going to take out quantity n plus 4. And what's left over is m. And what's the coefficient over here? That's -1. So be careful. Just because you don't see a number, there's an invisible 1 right there. So when you factor it out, you got to put m minus 1. And that's our answer. Let's take a look at our next example here. We have a minus 3 and we have 3 minus a. Now, these two are not the same. Let me give you an example. 5 minus 3 is 2, but 3 minus 5 is -2. So a minus 3 is not equal to 3 minus a. However, if you notice, 3 minus a is same thing as negative quantity a minus 3. You could take out the negative. So -a becomes +a, and then +3 becomes -a. I mean, you could double check by distributing the negative. So if you have, let's say, if you have 5 minus x, that's same thing as, if you want to change the order, you'll be negative quantity x minus 5. So if you want to change this to a minus 3, you got to take out the negative, and negative times negative is positive. Positive 2a. And that becomes a minus 3. Now we have a same common factor, so take out quantity a minus 3. And what's left over is 5 plus 2a. And that's our final answer. Let's take a look at next example. Notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. We usually do factoring by grouping when we have 4 terms, like 95% of the time. Let's look at these two, and let's look at the last two. What is the common factor of the first two? Well, it's 2a, and when you factor out 2a, you get b minus c. What about the last two? What's the greatest common factor? That's +3. So you get b minus 3c. I'm sorry, I forgot to put 3 over here, because 2 times 3 is 6. Now notice, you have b minus 3, and you have b minus 3. So we're going to take out quantity b minus 3c, quantity what's left over, 2a plus 3. So this is our final answer right here. Again, if you want to check, you could distribute and see if you get the original expression. We have 4 terms, so let's try by factoring by grouping. Let's look at the first two and the last two. So based on the first two, the greatest common factor is x squared. And you take out the leftover is 3x minus 1. And based on the last two, now you got to be careful. This is negative 9x plus 3. So most likely you want to probably take out plus 3. But notice this is negative. So you want to take out negative 3. And what's left over is 3x minus 1, because negative times negative is positive. So now we have x minus 3 and x minus 3. So we'll take out quantity x minus 3x minus 1. And the leftover is x squared minus 3. And that's your final answer.